The tension between YAHWEH and Frieza reached its zenith as their auras flared, shaking the very fabric of the universe. Time seemed to pause, the air heavy with anticipation as the ultimate confrontation loomed. But, just as they prepared to clash, both YAHWEH and Frieza stopped abruptly, their gazes snapping to the horizon. A new anomaly had emerged. The air shimmered with multicolored light, and a surge of overwhelming energy flooded the battlefield. In an instant, the figure of Gogeta appeared, his new form glowing with the same rainbow aura that Goku had used against the Null Axis. His presence exuded near divinity, and his confident grin radiated his usual carefree attitude. "Sorry to crash the party," Gogeta said, his tone light but tinged with power. "Figured I'd step in before things get out of hand." The Z-fighters stood frozen in shock. Beerus' expression darkened, his tail flicking in irritation. "Oh great, another one." Whis smiled faintly, though even he seemed intrigued. "It appears Goku and Vegeta have found yet another way to surprise us." Frieza, however, narrowed his eyes, his lips curling into a sneer. "So, the ultimate rainbow monkey has finally arrived. Let me guess, you made another fruit for this form?" Gogeta smirked, his arms crossed. "Actually, yeah, and right now, I'm concentrating really hard to keep it up. You should try it sometime, Frieza." Frieza's face twitched in anger as Gogeta's sarcasm hit its mark. YAHWEH, observing the exchange, couldn't help but feel a pang of bewilderment. "These two," YAHWEH murmured, his gaze flickering between Gogeta and Frieza. "Their strength defies logic, yet it flourishes in this chaotic universe. If these anomalies continue, I may have to consider casting them down as well, but even I cannot foresee the outcome." Frieza's annoyance boiled into fury, his aura spiking dangerously. "You think this is funny?" he snarled. "I spent 5,000 years forging myself into perfection, and yet here you are, Goku and Vegeta, already playing on my level. I will not be mocked." With a deafening roar, Frieza launched himself at Gogeta. Their clash lit up the battlefield, each strike sending shockwaves across the planet and beyond. YAHWEH stepped back, his hands clasped behind him as he observed the chaos. For the Z-fighters, the fight was incomprehensible. The sheer speed and force of the combatants were beyond their ability to follow. Piccolo shook his head, his voice filled with awe. "I can't even tell what's happening. Their power it's not mortal." "They're fighting on a level that shouldn't even exist," Gohan added, his voice tinged with disbelief. The battle raged on, Vegeta's playful taunts punctuating each devastating blow. Frieza fought with calculated precision, his fury fueling his attacks. Despite the intensity of the clash, Gogeta began to gain the upper hand, his overwhelming power forcing Frieza onto the defensive. With a final, thunderous strike, Gogeta sent Frieza crashing into the ground. The dust settled as Gogeta hovered above, his arms crossed and a smug grin on his face. "Looks like you've still got a ways to go, Frieza," Gogeta said mockingly. "Maybe next time don't spend so much time training in a hole." To everyone's surprise, Frieza began to laugh. The sound was low at first, but grew louder, more menacing. He rose to his feet, brushing off the debris as if nothing had happened. "You're so proud of yourself, Gogeta," Frieza said, his tone mocking. "But tell me, did you not notice? I've been in my base form this entire time." Gogeta's grin faltered, his eyes narrowing. "What?" Frieza's smirk widened. "Oh yes. Towards the end of my training, I discovered a power so great, even I feared to tap into it. I've been suppressing it ever since. But now, you've given me a reason to show you what true transcendence looks like." The air grew heavy as Frieza's aura began to change. His golden glow intensified, shifting into a deep, ominous crimson. The ground cracked beneath him, and the sky darkened as his power surged. The Z-fighters watched in stunned silence, their disbelief mirrored in Gogeta's wide-eyed expression. Even Beerus and Whis tensed, their usual composure shaken by the overwhelming force before them. YAHWEH's gaze hardened, his voice barely above a whisper. He is ascending beyond what even this universe should allow. This is not natural. Frieza's laughter echoed across the battlefield as his transformation neared completion. The universe seemed to tremble in anticipation, awaiting the birth of a power that could reshape existence itself.